Wednesday, June 26th, and welcome to another episode of Deliberate Discussions Live. I am your co host, Vicky Horton.
And I'm your co-host, Adric Parker.
Well, Thadric, today, boy, deliberations are done. Finally. That last
it's
deliberation, we're going to save that topic for last, but first and foremost, we're going to go and do some advertising.
it's the deliberations this week has been so much fun. I can
Oh my
honestly say
God.
it has been great. So,
I've
um,
been in my office cracking up, and the people been looking at me all stupid, like, what in the world is wrong with
okay,
her? Okay, so during the season, if you want to promote your business, your product on Deliberate Discussions, your event, please give me a call, Vicky Horton, 561-325-1488. We will promote your product, your business, your event that's coming up right here live each and every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on Deliberate Discussions, not once, but numerous times, just in one night. Um, with that being said, congratulations to Rohan Sutherland for Coffee and Cream event. I heard it was a great success. And I heard that Rohan is looking for ideas for the next elegant event. And I really hope that deliberate discussions can be included in that event because,
I was just thinking, like, we
hey,
have to we have to set up a meeting on the back
oh,
end with
most
Rohan Sullivan.
definitely. So shout out to Rohan. You are so amazing. Such a very professional, humble businessman. We really appreciate everything that you do for the community. Thank you so very much.
All right, let's talk
Okay.
talk about
West Palm Beach Coyotes.
how
Y'all know
you
this
make
is my team.
how do you make the sound, friend?
Yes, the West Palm Beach Lady Coyotes women's tackle football team will be playing their first championship game this Saturday at 6 p.m. in Lake Worth, right off of 6th Avenue South in Lake Worth. They will be playing against the Detroit Venom. So Detroit is going to be in the house. So listen,
Okay.
I need all of Palm Beach County, Dade, Broward, wherever you from, Polk County, if you're watching tonight, I need everybody to come out to this first playoff game. These women are on their way to a third championship. Not one, not two, but three
And
championship
that's
rings they will
and
have.
that's amazing. That's really amazing. That says a lot about where the league has come from and where it's
Yes,
going. The fact
yes,
that it's their third championship, and I really hope that the league gets more traction and more notoriety so people can support them more.
yes. So this Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, please come out to the field. And the address is on there. I will be posting the flyer on my page and sharing it on Deliberate Discussions page. Please come out and support these ladies. They are working really, really hard. And congratulations. I have been following them I've been to every game except one, and that's when I came for your wedding that
Okay.
weekend. And I heard they kicked butt that weekend too. So
Okay.
they are in their first playoff game for this season. And I just need everybody to come out, show these ladies some love. Palm Beach, West Palm Beach, I need y'all to really show up and show out. And let's show Detroit what South Florida got for them, okay?
I think it's time to have them back on the show, especially since they've entered into the
Uh,
playoffs. It's most definitely time to
most
have them back.
most definitely. I'm sure we can certainly work that out. I would like to get the owner, Rebecca Hargraves, on here and some of the coaches. One of your cousins, Coach P, Preston
Okay.
Parker, he is one of the coaches, and he's so amazing. He really is. I have followed him, and I see how he is with these ladies and how much respect they have for him and how much he has for them and all the things that he can teach them. So,
Okay.
congratulations, West Palm Beach Coyotes, for making it to the playoffs. And this is the first game. Let's go and kick some butt.
They're gonna do well. I'm convinced. All right. So like you said, these deliberations this week have been absolutely insane, and have been. I mean, we've got some great topics tonight, and
Yeah,
last night was just the icing on the cake. I swear. After tonight,
Cedric.
after tonight, friend, I don't want to talk to you for a few days. Okay.
No, listen. Don't put that on me. You the one that was
I
texting
just.
me up until midnight last night with that last deliberation. I'm sorry. You
I
did
swear I need a
that.
few days away from you. Like, girl, do not call my phone. Don't text my phone.
Listen.
All right, so let's get this party started. The first
Okay.
topic. that we're going to get into. I'll play the video and then we'll go into discussion about it. Let's get this party started. Okay.
Can't hear it. Got the AirPods in.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Let me start it over.
Okay, so now, yeah, you're gonna have to start over. You had the AirPods in.
I'm not raising black children.
Can you hear
I'm
now?
raising children. I'm not raising black men. I'm raising men. And whether you are black or you are white, no matter what race that you are, there are certain things about being a man and being a good man when it comes to character and integrity and safeguarding the helpless and sticking up for those who need it and being a good man of reputation. None of that has to do with skin color. Everything has to do with the character of the man. The beauty of being a man of faith is we were called for a time and a family such as this. This is exactly how God created us to be. This is exactly how my family unit was supposed to be. Before I was even born, this is exactly how it was supposed to be. Before you were even born, he knew that you were chosen for me and mommy, and he knew that you were going to have your skin color, and he knew that I was going to have my skin color. And there's beauty in that, and it's unique to a lot of people. It might be foreign to some people, but is absolutely beautifully God ordained, and it's something that is going to be a part of our testimony. It's something that is making impacts through a butterfly effect that we don't even understand yet, whether it be people that see me from afar, people that see the way that I love you, the differences that we do have compared to if we did have the exact same skin color and the exact same eyes and the exact same hair. This is exactly the way God created you, and you were created in God's image, and you were created for so much more than you can ever think or imagine. And God has commissioned me and chosen me to be your dad. And the most important thing that I can be is your dad. And I tell him every single night, I whisper it into his ear. And he probably gets tired of hearing it, but I thank him. I'm like, I thank you so much for being my son, and I'm so proud to be your dad. And
where do you begin?
I want to say first, I really admire this young man for saying the things that he said and for choosing or God choosing him to adopt these children as long as these children are being taken care of, as long as they are being loved. I want to commend him and his wife, if that is his wife, for doing that. And I love what he said. I do. I do. And there's one deliberation that we did have on this in regards to um, will these children know their culture? That's my only battle with what I see. But it does make me proud to see that someone pushed aside prejudiceness. They put aside hatred. They put aside race, and they took these children in for whatever the reason was. We don't know the whole circumstances behind it, but when you decide to take a child in, any child, and you decide to love that child and raise that child as your own, and as that child's parents and guardians, that's a huge step.
I agree. I agree. I was, I loved everything that he said. In that, the only part that was missing for me was the fact that these Black children learning about their culture.
Right.
Because it's extremely important, because our history is being erased every day, in schools, in the media, in politics, and everything. So it is important that these children, although they're being raised by white parents, that they are granted the opportunity to learn more about their culture. Because I don't care at what age you are, being Black in America, that culture is important. And I feel like being Black in America, our Black children have to be raised a certain way. We don't have the same privileges that other races have to be able to walk through life in America today. Now, I will say I commend them for adopting and raising these Black children. I truly, truly do. I will say, just because you had children don't make you a parent. So these children deserve to be loved, to be raised in a healthy environment, to be raised with all those values that he spoke about, because those values are taught.
Yeah.
You know, those values are taught in the home. So I'm glad that he's speaking in a way that these children will learn positive values throughout life. But I want him to, it's my wish that he incorporates their culture as well.
Right. And incorporating our culture in any race is very important, because I'm not going to say Black people have struggled harder than any other race or culture, because you know there was the Holocaust, you know, and I mean, slavery, yes, it was bad, you know, but we have to also think about the Jewish people and what they endured, their ancestors, what they endured. And, you know, I don't know what generation that was, or if there are still any alive, but just imagine, we don't have to walk around with the scars of slavery on our bodies. Correct. Our parents didn't have to walk around, or our grandparents didn't have to walk around with whip marks on their backs, or, you know, bruises from the shackles on their feet. Or, you know, I mean, yeah, my mom always told me about, you know, the things that were wrong with her hand from them having to pick cotton and whatnot back in the day. But just imagine being a Holocaust victim. You have to walk around with a number tattooed on you. Yeah. You know, you had to watch your parents, you know, sit around and, you know, they died with that. You know, there were some people I heard had those tattoos removed, but it's like being in prison. Mm-hmm. You know, and look what happened with slavery. You know, now our Black men and women are walking around with pretty much the same numbers, but on a shirt, on every piece of clothing they have in prison.
Correct.
So, you know, I mean, if that's a comparison, you know, to a Holocaust victim, but, you know, culture is very, very important in all races.
In all race, correct.
And I just wish that Black history is not just 1 month out of the year, but that it's all year. And one of my favorite people in all of Delray Beach, Miss Ann Stacy Wright, she does Black history all year long, all day, every day. Mm-hmm. And there is so much knowledge and understanding in that. And I just pray that these two young boys, you know, that this couple will intertwine their culture, and they have the best of both worlds. But their Black culture is very, very important. Mm-hmm. And I hope this family sees that. Not only that, I just wish him to see it not only as a blessing from God and what God charged him to do. However, I just pray that, you know, he keeps all of that in mind, not just the religious part of all of this, or the spiritual part of all of this, but that the cultural part. You know,
and I also feel as if I hope that these children are not used as a project. And when I say that, what I mean is, you know, sometimes people tend to adopt children of other race and raise them in a way to prove, like, hey, this is what I did, you know, and, you know, they were much better off with me as a white mom or a white dad as they were, you know, than they would have been with a Black mom or a Black mom, because, you know, they they were, in the projects, or they were poor, or they did not have, and things like that. Hell, I was poor.
Who wasn't?
I grew up in Frog Island, and my grandma did just goddamn good.
And I was right around the corner from you on 9th Avenue, and I didn't know we were. I didn't know we were poor then. Now I realize we were poor.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, we didn't even have grass, and we didn't even have no house. We had an apartment. 114 Southwest 9th Avenue. Now that same apartment, that same duplex is selling for over $1 million.
Correct.
114 Southwest 9th Avenue. It was on Facebook. And I'm like, dang, I used to live in that 2-bedroom, 1-bath house with like 9 people.
Yeah, because the thing that bothers me is just that when people have this mindset that, oh, you're Black and you were raised by a single mom and there should be 2 parents in the house and all this here. And and it's just like and those type of statements tend to come from other culture, other race.
Yeah, they do.
We don't understand as Blacks, how the family dynamics is set up. Rather, you're raised by your sisters and brothers, your aunts and uncles, or your big mama, or whatever. That family bond in a Black community is so special.
It is. It really is.
And one thing I cannot stand is when another race comes in and they take that for granted because they feel as if, oh, I can do this different, or I can show you a different way of life. You don't have to become a product of your environment. Exactly. And I can honestly say, I wasn't a product of my environment. You understand what I'm saying? So I hate when they look down on our race because of the fact that they are now raising one of ours.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get that. And, unfortunately, in today's society, it happens. I mean, it happens more often than you see a Black family raising white kids. So,
okay. What you think? Comments. Let's get in these comments. Let's see what y'all got to say.
Yes.
Yes, you're correct, Joshua. We're very resilient people. We built
different, and I love every part about us. Yes, we are some beautiful people. That melanin does not play. I don't have much of it, but hey.
Correct. Vicky, let me ask you a question. Where are you seeing the comments at? On the screen, or?
I'm seeing them on your page, actually. For some reason, it didn't go to my page.
It's showing on the restream thing, and I have it activated, so I'm gonna have to deal with that later. But I was just curious where you were seeing them at. Okay, but yeah, thank you for those comments.
Hi, Naomi.
Hey, Naomi, welcome. Thank you for that comment, babe. I appreciate that. Yeah.
To everybody who's watching us, can you please just say hello so that we know? We do apologize. We don't have it up on our restream right now, but it's
your sound went out, Vicky.
Can you hear me now? Sorry about that.
That's okay. So
yeah.
Hey, Pamela, welcome. Yeah. So let's go.
Hey, Pamela, now I see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a great topic. And that's an interesting thing. But I'm glad that we brought that up because our culture is so important. All cultures are so important. And my thing is, I respect everyone's culture, but nobody else's culture means nothing to me like my own. So because that's all I know. So
I'm with you. When you're right, you're right.
And then I'll move on. So going into the next topic, friend, you and I talked about this woman. And it's so funny because since we had the deliberation about this conversation, I've actually watched the video multiple times, and I tried for the life of me to give her the benefit of the doubt. I read the comments and things like that, and I was just like, oh my Lance of Jesus, but I just could not. So that being said, let's play it and let's come.
This video. I want to know what the viewers got to say about this. I need all married couples to get on here. Even if you're a couple, you ain't got to be married.
If you go down there, you out.
See, I can't even. That's crazy.
No, it's not crazy.
Yeah, she's in the hospital right now.
And while we talking, she probably already did.
Okay, so let me.
So
I'll go and check.
No. You're not going down there. I'm not sure what else I need to say, but you need to hear me clearly. You go down there we gonna have a problem.
See,
It ain't nothing about me being insecure. Insecure for what?
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, insecure for
It's a
what? I
hospital.
got the man.
It's a hospital.
It's what they got to do with it. Tell me why you need to go down there. Give me one good reason.
I mean, that's my first love. We done been through thick and thin.
Oh,
I'm the same way I'm going with you.
So you keep saying that this is your first love. So you still in love with her?
I'm not saying that.
Oh
But
my
you know
You
that-
still in love with
you know
this?
that. See, now you overthinking. That's not you thinking too deep. That's not even.
I'm overthinking.
That's not how that
You
goes.
still in love with this girl?
No, that's not how that goes.
That's
See,
crazy. So what, you got an insurance policy or something I don't know about?
You see how you sound right now?
No, I'm just trying to figure out what's
You
the
see how you sound right
incentive.
now?
What's the incentive?
That's crazy. I just can't go talk to her one last time.
She is probably already dead, I'm telling you.
Okay, then. So let me go find out. I'm gonna go find, and then I'm gonna take camera too.
No. Tell your mama to take him down there. Take him down there. That's it.
That's crazy.
No, you ain't going nowhere.
See, that's crazy.
Try me. Try
It
me.
be women like you, like why?
Women like me? Women,
You're not understanding. You're not seeing where I'm coming from.
I don't need to see where you coming from. I see that you trying to go down there and say your last final words.
Fred, how can I start?
Yeah, first I just want to say Shan Dean says he is. So I'm asking Shan, can you please explain? I want to hear this first, and then we're gonna go into it. But Shan Dean, well, while Patrick is starting, go ahead and start, friend.
Okay.
But while Patrick is starting, I
So-
want Shan Dean to just type what she.
I will tell you that she is the worst kind of insecure Black woman. Okay. If you are secure in your marriage, relationship, whatever you want to call it, you had no problem, because what she should have done was, bae, you want me to drop you off? You want me to take you? You want me to go with you or whatever? I understand. Let's stop at the store and get her some flowers. This, that, and the other stuff. That's your past. And then on top of that, they have a child together. Okay. Let me use myself as an example. Let me use my relationship as an example in this situation. My husband was in a previous relationship where he shared a gay child with his ex. Their gay child passed away. My husband went to Virginia to the funeral. His ex was there. They shared a gay child together.
Right.
Where was I? Here in Chicago at home, rubbing my feet together.
Because you're secure. You know.
Not a problem for me, because I understood the dynamics of their relationship, and I even shared a gay child together. But I was also secure in my relationship because I knew that my husband was coming home to me.
Exactly. And you trust it. It's about trust in this. And okay, so Shan explained that. We're gonna go back to what you said. So
Okay.
Coach Shan said he needs to. I'm sorry, this is Sandra here. Sandra says he needs to quit while he's ahead. Shan says I asked her to explain, because she said he is, and then she says, "Oh, I didn't know he got a baby. That's different. That's a whole different ball game." Okay, I totally understand that. To me, Shan, I don't think it's a different ball game whether there's a child involved or not. Because if we know for a fact that this woman is dying, me as another woman, listen, I don't care what relationship I'm in, I'm secure in all. Listen, I'm not no 10, I'm not no dime piece. Baby, let me tell you something. I may be 1 nickel and 5 pennies with this body. I ain't no dime piece, but I carry myself like I'm the finest bitch in this whole world, and can't nobody touch me. Okay, I know what I bring to the table, and that's a different topic because we talked about that yesterday too. But I wanted to punch my phone.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like, if you have a clear understanding, I mean, yes, don't get me wrong, there should be boundaries in your relationship.
Exactly, there should, but this woman was dying.
Correct.
And then for her to say she could be dead already, that's so disrespectful.
Because, and don't get me wrong, just to play devil's advocate a little bit, he could have very well said, "Hey, babe, this is what I want to do. Can you come go with me?"
Exactly. Not even. He didn't even have to do that. He didn't even have to tell her. He could have just went on down there. You know, rather than get into
Correct.
an argument with her, wasting time. Like she said, she could be dead now.
Correct. But
What
then
if
also,
now- what's going to happen to him if that lady had died on his way over there?
correct.
How
So
was he gonna spend time?
there's a part 2 to the video, which I did not play, which at that
Okay.
point I was just like, whatever. But the part 2 to the video, she said in the video, why do you think she wants to hear about your cheating ways? Okay, so apparently there was some infidelity or whatever in their past, in their relationship,
Doesn't
which
matter.
that's probably how she got him.
Yeah,
Probably she
it doesn't. I don't need to know what happened with their relationship.
correct.
Okay, Rose. Hey, how you doing, Rose Nouveau? Tonight's this second topic that we're discussing is a man's ex was in the hospital dying, and he wanted to go and see her on her deathbed, and his wife said no. So we have a problem with that.
So, friend, I want to ask. So, I noticed that my husband had a comment. He said, "I don't think she's completely wrong." Then he said, "That sounds much better." So, I want him to explain, if he don't mind. I know he's not going to come in camera, but he's not far from me. If you can explain your point, babe, I would greatly appreciate it.
I think that by him including her in the situation would have been better for her versus him saying,
Correct.
"I'm going to go see my ex."
Correct.
I'm like, I'm your current, and I'm your wife now, so why can't you call me yourself? I get that that's your ex and you know it's your first love, but I'm included in your life now, so let me include you in this moment as well.
Correct. And I said that. I did too. Okay. So, yeah. So he said the same thing I said.
But and my thing is this: as a woman, I wouldn't if my spouse or my boyfriend's ex was dying, we know she's dying, babe. You really want to do this? Then come on, let's go. I'll wait downstairs while you go and say your piece. Because you never know. I don't want to know what happened or why you need to go. But if you can bring just that one moment of happiness to a person on their deathbed,
Correct.
that's one of the most beautiful things in this world that you can do for a person.
Correct.
Because
Correct.
you don't know what that person, I don't know if she was, I don't know if she was a lot, like she could see, or I don't know what the case was in this event, but for him to want to go and see her to make his peace, whatever that peace may be, I would have been a part of that.
Correct.
And did you say everything you had to say to her? You want to talk about it? Let me tell you something. Ray Whiteley made a post a few weeks ago, last week, and he said it was totally different than this, but it was about being equally yoked. And that's one thing about people take marriage too lightly. They take marriage too lightly. And if you are equally yoked, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Babe, go ahead. Babe, you want, okay, let's go. Let's go see her. I'm gonna order some flowers on the way. 1-800-Flowers. I'm gonna call them.
Look at this, Vicky. Look at this comment I just put on the screen.
Which one? Why are black women?
No, look at your screen.
I'm looking at it.
It says,
But suppose his wife was a praying woman and wanted to pray with him for her. And you know what? I totally get it, Rose. Let's go. Let's say a prayer for her. Do you want me to come up?
Exactly.
You want me to come up with you? Let's pray with her together. I have no problem.
Yeah.
Either way, whether she's a praying woman or not, me as a woman, I know my position.
Correct.
I know my position.
Because and my thing is, when a child is involved, as the wife, she should have been like, let's go, let's get this baby, let's go down there and make sure that this child understands, is at peace, or she has an opportunity to see her child and everything, before her demise. Yeah, I mean, and that's about being mature and being understanding and being, like you said, Vicky, equally yoked. In the comment, it hasn't popped up on the screen yet, but Pam made a comment on my side where she said he should have went and just didn't tell her. I don't agree with that.
No,
because in my house, that would have caused World War II in my house.
Yeah, that's doing something in secret, Pam.
Yeah,
I don't agree with.
Yeah, I don't agree.
You start keeping one secret, you're gonna keep another secret, and then you're gonna come into that domino effect, because you got to tell another lie to cover up the original lie. Then you got to tell one more lie to cover up the last two lies,
Correct.
and so on. And you just an habitual liar.
So, like this comment just said on the screen, Shannon said, it sounds like they had some issues in the past. They did have some issues. So Shannon, I was led to believe that they also had issues in the past on part 2 of the video when she said to him, why do you think she wants to hear about your cheating ways? And when she said that, I was like, so were you cheating with him when he was with her? And now you got him and he married you or whatever. So it's one of those things where it's just like, girl, okay, you got him now. But
like, I'm dying. Like, the lady died. Was she even alert? I mean, was she on life support? Maybe he just wanted to say goodbyes, you know? And I mean, it's like I said, you never know. She's an ex.
correct.
For a reason, whether he ended it or she ended it, you know. And Auntie Irma say it's gonna be World War II or three or four.
Exactly.
Auntie Irma, go. Well, no.
Because there are things, I'm sorry, there are things, especially when you're married, and like you just said, Vicky, people tend to take marriage so lightly. There are things that you got to communicate in the beginning. I'm sorry, I'm the type of husband, don't tell me shit on the back end. I'm sorry, don't tell me nothing on the back end. You better, let's talk about it. We can work through it together, baby. I'll stop at the gas station, we'll get gas, and we'll go on down.
I'll pull up on the side of the road. You want to talk about it real quick?
Baby, I will sit in the car and stroll through the social media streets while you go in there.
That's it. But in this event, I totally disagree. She was very heartless, and I mean, she's a bitch.
Yeah, she was. She
and
really
was. What, you got an insurance policy on her? And it's about what you still in? That was your first love. You still in love with her? The lady is dying, woman.
Like,
how heartless can you be? That's like if she was laying out, God forbid, if she was in a car accident and she was laying out on the street. Nobody wants to die alone. Nobody wants to die alone. I'm gonna leave that.
So Josh said, but also, what about the dynamics the two women possibly had? It could have been a bad one. You're right. It could have been a bad one. Let me tell you something. It could have been a bad one, but there was a child involved.
It doesn't matter.
And it doesn't matter.
Maybe he wanted to say, listen, I'm sorry you had to go through that, you know, with my current wife, you know, and I hope you find peace before you go. Maybe she felt she needed an apology. We don't know the dynamics behind that whole situation.
Correct.
So much that could have
like Naomi said, the lady's dying. What could she possibly do?
Thank you. I understand. Nobody wants to die alone. Nobody wants to die alone.
Correct.
How many people that have gone in the bedroom and went to sleep and they didn't wake up and people didn't find them for 3-4 days.
So
that's the first thing we wonder.
So
I wonder what he was doing or what she was thinking about. Like nobody was there with him. I know so many people that have been found dead for 2, 3, 4 days.
Shannon, I love your comment. And this is a whole nother topic. We ain't got enough time in this show to discuss this.
What Shannon said.
It's on the screen in front of you, Vicky. But why are Black women like this?
Thank you.
We're not going to get too deep because we got 2 other more topics to discuss. But girl, we need to touch on that on one of these shows.
Yes. Please leave y'all comments. They're going too fast now. And Rose said, tell me up front. Okay, I mean, I get it. Yes, tell me up front. And baby, let's go. But wait, let me stop by Publix and get a bouquet of flowers.
Come on now.
You know, I mean, come on. That's just me. But,
and the thing about it, like when I use my relationship, like, even when his ex gay son passed away, Josh even asked me, babe, would you like to go with me? I respectfully declined. I was not a part of his life at that time. I knew the situation where they shared a gay child together.
You're not threatened.
And I'm not threatened. You get what I'm saying? You know, let me tell you something.
Black women.
Let me tell you something, girl. I'm the shit. Okay? I'm going to toot my own horn. And my husband, look, he ain't going nowhere.
But you know what? Black women, please, just do better. We got to stop this and this angry Black woman thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
we gonna talk about that later because we got another deliberation that we gotta do.
Exactly.
We
But no,
gotta
this
do-
is, I want to thank the comments because I
Thank
love
you all so very much for participating.
Yeah, you guys were amazing throughout that topic. So let's keep that same energy going for this next topic because this might piss a few people off. But let's play the video and we'll come back and talk about it.
If you go down
Oh,
there,
no, that's
you
the wrong one.
out.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Well, wrong one.
Okay, there you go.
Inside a barn, like an outbuilding in Kanawha County.
And
tonight we are learning more about what led to that discovery. And for the first time, we're hearing the 911 call from a neighbor who says they have been repeatedly reporting the problem to CPS. News Channel 3's Kim Rafferty joins us, and Kim, deputies tell us multiple reports have been made.
It's a disturbing discovery, deputies say they made Monday night in the Sissonville area of Kanawha County. Deputies say the 911 call came in at about 5:45 Monday evening. WSAZ has obtained that 911 call, and we have chosen to distort the caller's voice to protect their identity.
But there is a family that we have been calling CPS on multiple times. He has 2 kids locked in an outbuilding. They've been in there for days. They're in that with the red door. It's padlocked. Yes, I've seen him open it, say something to the kids, and I watched him walk back. The kids are locked in there. You can't miss it. It's the red, 2 double doors that are red. They're locked in there, in the barn.
Deputies say they went to the barn after that 911 call, and that is when they found the 2 teens inside with no access to food, water, a bathroom, bed, and no way out. A couple of hours later, the deputies say these 2 relatives, Donald Lance and Jean Whitefeather, arrived back at the home and were arrested on felony child neglect charges. WSAZ reported that a couple calls were also made on the home at Cheyenne Lane involving abuse of the children that lived there back in May and September. Kanawha County deputies said they investigated those complaints and say the 2 prior ones were unfounded. The 3rd call, however, Donald Lance and Jean Whitefeather were not home. And that is when deputies discovered extreme neglect the children faced. I also spoke with the West Virginia Child Advocacy Network, which works with CPS and law enforcement to investigate allegations of abuse and neglect.
So it's often happening in homes, it's happening in neighborhoods. So neighbors need to look out for each other.
Kate Flack is the CEO of that organization. She says the person that reported the concerns to law enforcement is a hero.
Contacting CPS centralized intake is a great way to start investigations and maintain your anonymity. So if anyone observes an actual crime where a kid is being physically or sexually abused or severely neglected.
I say this, and I'm going to say it again. At no point, white people should be
That story disturbed me so bad. Are you there, Vicky?
I'm here.
Yeah, it disturbed me so bad because these children, these children were innocent, and all they were looking for was a better life. You understand? All they wanted. What to adopt 5 children, to adopt them for the purpose of using them as slaves is insane. Okay. A neighbor called CPS twice previously in May and September. They came out to investigate and it was unfounded. Okay. Only for them to call back again and then come out and find these children in the barn locked up. Every goddamn body down there at the CPS place need to be in jail.
Everybody. All what I said.
You did.
What I said when we deliberate on this. Everybody involved in this adoption.
Correct.
Not 1, but 5.
5.
Everybody involved. From the police officer, the CPS worker that took those children, the detectives that worked the case, Everybody, every supervisor down at CPS who knew who the paperwork came across their desk, the adoption agency, whoever, they asked all of them need to be indicted, charged, found guilty, and made to live in the hole for the rest of their life. I don't even know if they call it the hole no more in jail.
Shannon said the judge also.
And you damn right, Shannon. The judge too. The judge, whatever happened to the parents, whoever took these kids away from their parents, if that's what happened, all of them, prosecute everybody. If their parents in jail, the prosecutor who prosecuted the parents, rather than trying to get them help, need to. These white people need to be put under the jail. That's too good for them. That's too good. They need to be put down in Lake Lanier.
Lake Lanier, friend.
Lake Lanier. They need the slave spirits to come up out of Lake Lanier and snatch their ass all the way down. All the way down in Lake Lanier. Everybody involved in this, Cedric, you know what this did to me when you brought this to me.
Yeah. And so I do want to give credit to this story because this story was actually sent to me by a viewer of ours. And I say that to say to all of our viewers that's watching, especially everyone in the comments, if you have a story that you want us to discuss on Deliberate Discussions, feel free to send it over to us.
Yes,
we will most definitely view it and deliberate on it. And if it's right for this show, we will most definitely discuss it. So I want to thank our viewer for sending this.
Discussions@gmail.com. You can send the story to us. Just tell us what to search for, where it's on. We're also streaming live on YouTube as well. If you guys want to go to YouTube, we have a story there. TikTok, we're on. Please, send us stuff. But back to this here real quick because we got another story. We got 15 minutes. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm so furious with this.
Correct.
The pink people get away with too much. Way too much, Shannon. Way too much.
Not the pink people.
The pink people, yes. They get away with way too much. Enough is enough. We need to take back this country. I thought we had a little good run with Barack Obama, but when Donald Trump got in office, and I normally don't talk about that man because I don't want him to know I'm on the radar. But since he's been in that doggone White House, this world has become a shithole. And these white people think they can do whatever they want to do to whomever they want to do it, and nothing is going to happen. And this is why we talk about voting. Voting is very important. We need to vote on more serious things like this. Adoption. We need to bring a vote up about adoption in the United States. It's getting ridiculous that the Black children are the ones that are suffering.
Correct.
The most through all of this. Not to dumb down what happens to the white kids when they get the cigarette burns on them, but these Black children are they're being treated so badly, living in barns. Where's the caseworker? Do they not go and visit?
Yeah, that's what I was like. Don't they supposed to go do visits and check on the children?
At least for the first 2 or 3 years. I don't understand. How are these children, 5 kids, made to be slaves? It's unacceptable. It is unacceptable here in this day and age in the United States. I don't want to talk about this shit no more.
All right, and that we'll move on to the next one.
And I don't know why, because this is what we debated on.
I don't know why you want to rush on. Just get ready to piss you off even more the next time.
I know. I don't even know why I'm so in a rush to move, but we're going to go ahead and go on to this next story.
Okay. Like, girl.
Y'all comments.
Okay. We'll get started here. My friend is pissed off,
y'all. This documentary is one of the most unsettling things I've seen in a long time. So it's called Tell Them You Love Me, and it's about this woman, Anna Stubblefield, who claimed she had a consensual relationship with her nonverbal disabled student, Derek. It's a death.
I'm going to stop there. Let's start.
Okay, we're gonna play more of that video. Paula Ann, welcome.
There is a new documentary on Netflix that's called Tell Them You Love Me. And the clip that I just played, this lunatic named Anna, who is what's her job? What's her title?
She was a professor at Rutgers University, and she was had something to do with ethics too.
Okay.
And she
So
worked with disability children, people with special disabilities.
yeah. So Derek was deemed mentally retarded from a child. And he Anna, her brother, I mean, his brother was in her class, right? And wanted to find a way for his brother to communicate better and
Don't
everything.
give the whole movie away, don't that?
Okay, yeah. So Anna, in her mind, thought it was okay to have this relationship, a sexual relationship with this young man that was legally retarded.
Okay, let me back up.
Okay, go ahead.
Derek Johnson was diagnosed with cerebral palsy when he was born. He began to have a series of seizures, which kind of, I don't know if anybody here with cerebral palsy. Rose, you saw it. It's a very good documentary on Netflix. But he began to lose function in his limbs, and he was eventually diagnosed with cerebral palsy. But his brother John was a normal child, and Derek's father couldn't hack it. Basically, bottom line, he ended up as Daisy Johnson, Derek's mother, said, he took the high road and he walked away from his family. So she was left to raise Derek on her own with his oldest brother John, who was a student at Rutgers University and took a class with Professor Anna Stubblefield. And they happened to show a video of children with autism, with disabilities such as cerebral palsy, different retardation. And she told them about this communication device called facilitated communication, which now has been banned by the ADHD or what
Right.
is it? American with Disabilities Act,
Correct.
Psychiatric Association. And anyway, bottom line is she ended up having, his brother John went to her. And yes, Shannon, you got to watch it. His brother John went to her because he was fascinated by the videos and the speech that she gave and told her about his brother. Now, she initially said, told him about a place on the East Coast, but she said it was too expensive. However, she would take a look at him.
Correct.
And John, being so excited and seeing this miracle on the screen, he was like, "Oh, would you please? Oh, wow!" So he introduced. And from there, go ahead and you take it, because.
And from there, and so just like Rose said in the comments, and she was married. So there, she continued to work with Derek. Derek was Black. The family, John, the mother, Rose, they were all a Black family, and Anna, who's a white woman, was married to a Black man and had 2 biracial children by this man. What Anna did moving forward when she started working with Derek, that bitch need to be stoned with bricks. Excuse my French, y'all, but she is a low down dirty dog. I mean, she is nasty what she did to that man. Now, she claims that it was consensual, that Derek could communicate and he understood what was going on, and they were communicating back and forth on this device that's now been banned.
Facilitated communication.
That's been banned, but just like in court where they, it couldn't be proved like who was actually communicating. And there was a scene in the documentary where Derek was in class. Anna had accompanied him in this class. He had typed what he wanted to say to the professor in the device. Anna took the device and read something completely different.
Changed all his words around.
Changed his whole words around. So in that moment, I was led to believe that it was control and manipulation on Anna's part to do this to Derek. His brother discovered why he was bathing his brother, because Derek also wore a diaper. And he discovered that there was some red strawberry bruises things on, I don't know why my friend just went off camera, on his back, and which came from when Derek was in Anna's care and they were in class or whatever you want to call it. Anna had a mat on the floor in her office where she would ride Derek's dick, having sex with him. And she put so much force in riding him doing a sexual act where the mat scarred his back up severely. Now, please keep in mind, this boy has cerebral palsy. Okay?
No function. No function.
Communicate. Okay? And this woman took advantage of this young man in this manner. Okay? Anna was charged with, was it sexual assault?
I think she was charged with 2 or 3 counts of sexual assault.
Correct.
Yeah. Now, mind you, the way they found her guilty, the judge threw out everything involving facilitated communication.
Correct.
And for those of you that don't know what facilitated communication is, it's basically when someone they guide the person's hand who has, little movement.
Correct.
And there was, they take the person supposedly tell them where they want to go. Colgate Smile says, let me just read this comment. I think her delusional ass made it all up. Now, if those who saw the documentary remember Dr. Shane, who did research on the facilitated communication device, and he did tests, and it was found that the people who were guiding the person who had the disability was typing what was in their head.
Correct.
And Dr. Shane said, if she was talking to him, she was talking to herself.
Correct.
Because Dr. Shane proved that facilitated communication is not real. It was the facilitators who were the ones that was doing this. And so something had to be wrong with her. My question to you, Thadra, and like it was in deliberations, why Derek Johnson?
So I'm going to answer that question, but I'm going to also say this. One thing that stood out to me the most during this documentary, especially when Anna told her side of the story, Anna told her entire side of the story with a smile on her face.
She did. Like, this bitch was happy. Like, he's the best thing. D-Man. D-Man is the best thing. Your name T-Man. Now we got D-Man.
Not only did Anna tell her side of the story with a smile on her face, everybody that defended Anna's behavior
leave Devil alone, Thaddeus. We're not talking about Devil. Don't bother with Devil. We still don't know. Why do you think Devil is in the documentary? I don't know.
Okay, so why Derek? I looked at it was control. For one, he could not defend himself. Not only could he not defend himself, he was nonverbal. He could not truly tell his story. She had this sick fantasy in her head that this type of behavior was okay. And what proved my point even more, like I told you last night in deliberation, when that judge read that letter from her husband,
ooh, baby, he had her look. She is it wasn't habitual, was not the word, habitual liar.
Yes.
A habitual liar and a narcissist.
A narcissist. That's exactly what.
That didn't care about anybody's well-being, not her family, not her children, nothing, nor their money, what it's cost them or anything. If that is not true narcissistic behavior.
So that proved everything that we were thinking throughout this entire documentary. That proved what was going on at home and what that husband was dealing with this woman.
Now, let me listen, viewers, don't get the wrong idea when I say this. I just have so many emotions about this. I am upset. I'm angry. I'm outraged. I'm disgusted. But at the same time, I think about Derek and what he was able to experience as far as, and it was wrong how it happened. Please don't take what I'm saying the wrong way, viewers. But here, we're not being messy. I just, we speak the truth here. But in a sense, he got to experience what people with his disability will never ever experience. But the downside of that is he started masturbating
excessively,
that his mother had to put him on medication. I don't know. I guess it stops the urge, and I'm thinking that maybe he had to go on the medication that they give to sex abusers when they, it takes away that feeling, which Anna left this man with this more. She did more damage to him. Correct. So if he did have a voice, she stole it.
But she preyed on a vulnerable man. Not only did she prey on a vulnerable man, she preyed on a vulnerable family. Because
she did because they trusted her.
Correct. You have this single Black mom that's dealt with her children all her life and that struggled and everything. And, the brother really, he was so excited. John loved Derek. He wanted to make sure that his brother got the best care ever. He wanted to see his brother come up out of this and be successful and everything and live a normal life. And this woman took advantage of that.
She really did. And, I'm looking at some of these comments. Colgate Smile says, I pray for John because he blames himself for that stupid predator of a woman.
Correct.
I do too. Did you see when he broke down?
Yes, God.
Oh my God. I'm like, Lord, please. I'm sitting there like, Father God, please I know the documentary was already done, but I was there in that room with him at the time.
But no, there was another part, friend, when the mother was in court.
Oh God, they tried to tear that woman apart.
They tried to tear the mother apart in court.
If I was John, I couldn't watch it. If that was my mama up there on the stand, I'd have had to go to jail.
Correct.
I'd had to go to jail. Rose says nasty. Colgate Smile says the mama says he masturbates successfully. She's since she messed with him. Yeah, she messed with this boy, And like I said, he only, and don't call me sick, y'all, because if it happened to anybody that I know, I'd probably be ready to beat somebody's ass. I ain't gonna even lie. But again, like I said, this young man experienced something that someone like him would never. But I just don't understand why she chose Derek Johnson. I don't understand why she chose him. Colgate Smile, I think her delusional ass made it all up. Okay, we read that one. Let's see. Rose said she was a freak.
Yeah, it is. And also Rose said
what was wrong with her?
Taking care of a child, taking advantage of a child who cannot defend themselves or tell the story. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then Polly Hatcher says, Lord, please help this world. If that was my brother, I would be in jail. Would hurt her. Hunt her down. Trust me. Polly-Ann, yes, you would. And Polly-Ann, I worked with kids. She was my daughter. She worked at my daughter's pediatrician. So
I honestly feel, I feel as if the system failed Derek. And the reason I say that is because Anna was able to appeal her sentence.
Yes. And because of the facilitated, the same thing that got her sentence that was taken out, they appealed it because the judge had taken it out. I want to know, where's that judge? Is that judge still alive?
Correct.
What happened? Now I heard there was a lawsuit. There wasn't money involved in it, but John went to see somebody, and they told him, you need to get a lawyer.
Correct. And when she appealed her sentence, she was able to plead to a lesser charge and be able to get out of prison. And she is living her happy little white life in New Jersey or whomever, and okay. And now this guy, but at the end of the documentary, Derek went through some, he met with a psychiatrist or something or whatever. And at that point is when he was deemed mentally retarded. Correct.
And I want people to know there's a big difference between being mentally retarded. There's everybody who has cerebral palsy is not mentally retarded.
Correct. Correct.
They're not mentally retarded. So this is, like I said, it's sick. It's disgusting. I'm outraged. I mean, you know, we made fun of some things, you know, about Anna Stubblefield. And, you know, but my co-host and I, we are so passionate about what we do here and what we talk about on Deliberate Discussions. And this is something that we really had to talk about because a lot of people don't know about this stuff. And Netflix is notoriously known for bringing these type of documentaries too. So if you have not seen it, please go to Netflix and watch. It's called Tell Them You Love Me. It's the story of Anna Stubblefield and Derek Johnson, a nonverbal young man who was sexually taken advantage of.
Correct. Thank you, Auntie Irma. Auntie said awesome discussion.
So, so that brings us to the 9 o'clock mark. Mark Thadrick.
Here.
You guys, viewers, thank you all so very much for joining us for these discussions. It's been a long week of deliberations. I am so tired. That last deliberation really took me out last night. I don't want to talk to you no more for 5 days, not till after the Coyotes game this Saturday. Again, if you're not doing something, if you're not doing anything this Saturday, please come out to Lake Worth. I think it's called the Harold Miller Field. It's right off of 6th Avenue and 95 in Lake Worth, right before you get to Lake Worth High School. They are going against the Detroit Venom. So Detroit is going to be in the house. Hopefully it's a great turnout. We want to see these ladies win their first playoff game. We want to see them go for ring number 3. I love the Coyotes. And you know what? If y'all hear when they say Coyotes, I need everybody to do what, Cedric?
Okay. No, I wish them the best this weekend. And also, before we end the show, I would like everyone to take out your mobile device and please, the QR code on the screen. Please follow Deliberate Discussions on every social media platform. We would greatly appreciate that. But 1, 2, 3, scan everybody. But no, we appreciate you guys for watching another episode of Deliberate Discussions tonight. This has been an amazing discussion tonight. We appreciate our viewers and the comments and everything and your interaction tonight. We greatly appreciate it. And we love that feedback and that interaction when you guys comment in the comment section. We're looking forward to next week. Another great week of topics we'll be discussing. Friend, I ain't talking to you for like 3 days, so don't call or text me.
Don't call me till Monday.
Okay, but we love you guys. Good night.